Hey guys, welcome back to Digital Snipers. So, my Ceto Gaston has finally arrived, okay? I won this card 3 times in auction, and maybe technically maybe twice, because the second time some may consider not an actual win. But I finally got the card. And if you remember my story earlier, um, I made a video about it I think a couple weeks ago. But basically, the first time I won this card was in October. I think it was October 19th. And I was allowed to, I was given up to October 21st to pay for the card. But by the evening of October 20th, this card, the sale was canceled by the seller, Propstein. Okay, so and I think what happened was they were getting ready for their transition over to Snipe at that time, and they probably thought that I wasn't paying, but really what I was doing was I was waiting for, I think it was a Alan Trammell All Star, Desert Shield All Star. Um, I was waiting for that auction to finish, and if I won that auction, I would combine the two cards together just to save like $20 on shipping. So anyhow, they canceled my sale. I tried to reach out to Propstein. No one replied. I actually reached out in many, many ways, but no one replied. I told them, hey, I just want to pay. You guys ended my sale early. Is there any way I could get the card? I really want the card. First of all, for those that don't know, the Ceto Gaston 10 doesn't pop up that much, and this is a pretty good looking 10. Okay, very well centered. It's an older label, but I think it has all the characteristics of a good 10. Okay, but anyways, so what happened was I had to suck it up. I knew that the card was, the deal was done. So by November 1st, when Snipe came up, I saw the card reappear on Snipe, and I decided to bid on it. And I think in 5 or 6 days later, I was told that I won the auction. I was kind of surprised because I thought the auction was supposed to, take another 2 days. But hey, who cares? I won the auction, and I also won the auction for less. I think it was like $20 less than what I had won the auction for on eBay. Then about a day later, I was notified by Snipe that I didn't win the auction. Actually, I wasn't notified, but there was a message on their site saying that everyone would be refunded and that they suffered some hack in the system, and so everyone that was told that they won a particular auction, well, it would be canceled and all their funds will be refunded to the buyer. So once again, disappointed. I looked for this card again on eBay. No luck. But finally, Propstein went back to eBay, and very shortly, this card appeared on eBay mid-December. Okay, and this time I won the auction for $158, I believe. Now, I did end up paying more for it, obviously. So my friends, they think that this was probably Rick's way of shill bidding, but and I'm just joking, Rick, so don't lay a lawsuit on me. But to be honest, I know I'm not too sure about the first auction, but the second auction I don't blame Propstein, because if they were really attacked by some hacker, well, everyone's the victim. But this is the first time in my hobby life where I had to win the same card 3 times just to add this card to my PC. Now, let's have a look at the card. some cards don't really deserve a PSA 10. But if you've been collecting Desert Shield cards, you may agree with me that this one is a true PSA 10. So let's have a look. Okay. So let's have a look at the edges. The edges look pretty good. Okay, no chipping on the left edge. Very minimal, at least. Now, mind you, the magnification on with this digital microscope is 600 times. So it's normal to see some flaws in the card, even for a 10. Now, there's some chipping on the bottom edge, which is very common with this set, but I would still consider this acceptable for a 10. Okay, but the corners look pretty good, okay? It may look like a tiny bit of paper loss, but actually, when we look at the card later by eye, you'll see that the corners look dead sharp. But once again, the right edge looks good. Very, very minimal chipping. Okay, there's some chipping here, but nothing too serious. And yeah, the right corner is tiny, tiny bit soft. But let's have a look at the corners by eye in a bit. And let's just have a look at the top left corner. That looks pretty good. And the shield. Now, the shield looks really good. This is one of those shields where I would consider it to be like a perfect shield. No overstamping or understamping. All the letters are visible and very, very sharp. Yeah, so it looks pretty good. Now, one thing I really like about this card is centering. Centering's dead on, really good. And then let's have a look at the corners, as I was saying. So that corner looks good, really sharp. Okay, this is the corner that was soft, but it's actually not that bad. It's actually decent for what we saw under the microscope. Same with the bottom right. So all four corners look pretty good. And let's have a look at the back. No stain whatsoever. Slightly off-center in the back, but acceptable in my books for a 10. I'm very happy to finally add this to my PC, honestly. It's been a lot. So to finally own this card after 3 auction wins, I'm starting to get tired, actually. But I'm just happy, Rick has finally decided to let me buy this card. And I hope that this doesn't happen to you, because it can be kind of frustrating. And as a collector, sometimes when that card pops up, like this card with a PSA 10 doesn't pop up that often. You just want to, sometimes even if you have to overpay for it, you just want to buy it and just own it, So I'm just glad that this is in my hands now. So yeah, what do you think? Did I overpaid for the Cito Gaston? One thing I want to talk about the Cito Gaston is I think this card is tremendously undervalued. Okay, he's the first African American to win the World Series, and he also won back-to-back World Series. And there are only 14 PSA 10s in the registry. So I don't know, for $158, which is $50 more than what I've won for this card on Snipe, I still think this was quite a good deal. So what do you think? Let me know what you think of my experience with Probstein, Snipe, and then Probstein again. And let me know what you think about this card at $158. Was it overpriced? Do you think I got a really good deal? And do you believe that this card should be valued at much higher, like I do? So anyways, nice talking to you guys. Please like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye now.